big things that are happening in our Ultimate Lifestyle Club and community. We have coming up to you to share the basics and the background of what we do. It's going to be Sean Bynum. Sean, are you here?
I'm here. I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm gonna hand it off to you so we could go ahead and get started.
Recording in progress.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Janice. Appreciate your help and friendship, and look forward to you going through the fun and the travel side of things of what we got going on. So, what is the view like here? I still see just you, really, which I don't mind, but let's see if I can figure this out here. Speaker still just shows you. What do you guys see? Do you guys see Janice or do you see me?
I see everyone.
Okay. Um, well, I could really care less. I'm gonna get it going. So I appreciate all your guys' time. Thanks for hopping on here. If you've already been a part of the community, welcome back. Hope to try to give you some value and refresh and show you some things. If this is your first time checking out everything, we appreciate your, seeing what your friend or family member is excited about. And my name is Sean Bym. I'm from Canton, Ohio, and I got invited to basically help launch what you're about to see almost a year ago, coming up on a year. I've been in the travel industry now for about 13 years, and one of my best friends invited me to see all this stuff. And when I first kind of got into the industry, I was working about 100 hours a week. So we're going to share a couple things. One is how to go knock some stuff off the bucket list, create memories, and go have a lot of fun and see the world. And I desperately needed a little of that in my life at the time. I didn't grow up vacationing. I'm here in Ohio, and there is a place called Cedar Point. It's basically kind of like Six Flags, and I grew up just with my mom, and I have a couple younger sisters, and those were our family vacations. That was about it. I had been on two flights, so I had not really witnessed and seen a whole lot. And since getting introduced to kind of this industry and community, at this point now, my wife and I have been on over 100 vacations, and Cedar Point is awesome. I agree, it is. If you like roller coasters and amusement parks, it is up there with the best of the best. But it gets a little old after about 20, 30 times in a row, every year. I'd like to go check some other stuff out. But yeah, it is pretty cool. But we've been able to take over 100 trips now since kind of getting introduced to, this type of community and lifestyle. So it has just been, a massive blessing. And when I was working, I didn't have like a great career, or financially we weren't in an awesome situation. I was working about 100 hours a week. At night I delivered pizzas, and then during the daytime I used to run like a little health food store, basically. And I liked that, but long story short, when I was 21, I almost died in a car wreck. I couldn't work for about 10 months, and it really just kind of flipped my world upside down in so many different ways. Health stuff, but I still have stuff, from, to this day. And then I just ended up having over $100,000 in medical bill debt, and my lawsuit went really bad. It was basically kind of a country music song. It was a very unpleasant season. So we're people of faith, and not, try to preach about that or push that or whatever. But for us, this was really kind of an answer to prayers, because of kind of where we were at and what we had going on. And within about 14 months of having an open mind, meeting some strangers, and checking out something that my friend was excited about, I was able to transition to just doing this. So I've just been, in this industry and working from home since February of 2014, which is a big reason why we've gotten a chance to take so many trips, and super excited to have a chance to help launch this, company that we're gonna break down and share with you guys. So I will share my screen and show you how it all works. Sorry, guys. You don't have to be great with technology to do this, FYI. So the company itself is called Viago. And like I said, the main thing is fun trips, travel, bucket list stuff, business travel, kids sports, anything you need. We got an awesome community long term. I do believe that ends up being a lot of people's favorite part. We've got ways to save money on a day to day, a little bit of health stuff. We technically have three booking engines. We can book as much as we want, as often as we want, whenever we want. There's no restrictions. More similar, to that idea of, like an Expedia. The difference is we're a club, so we want to give people access to more of a wholesale experience, where Expedia is retail. So they're trying to, make as much money as they can per booking, because that's how they have to make money. So just a couple examples. This is Vegas. We have gotten a chance to go to Vegas quite a bit because of this. We have been able to have a lot of fun out there. This is just an example of staying at Caesars. I personally went out there and stayed and had kind of about this type of pricing one time, staying at Caesars out in Vegas. Public price for this example was about 260. Our price was about $50, a little over $50 a night. So saving over $200 a night on this one. Italy, this is a big bucket list one for us personally. This one is saving over 50% to go out to Venice. New York, this place is not cheap anymore. Public price 728. Our price a little over $300, saving over $400 a night to stay out in New York, Miami. This is more of like a condo Airbnb type of property. We do have some houses and condos, sorts of things. This one's over 80% savings. Once again, it's where you want to go, when you want to go, all that kind of stuff. This part here is not on Expedia. These are really our babies. They're called escapes. We say champagne lifestyle on a Miller Lite budget. Really, really nice stuff. Way more affordable. And they do all the not fun things, in my opinion, when it comes to vacationing. They research the resort, negotiate prices, handle our reservations, excursions, activities, parties. So we can literally just click a button and go. This is really our niche, our jam, and yeah, we scaled this sucker really really big before COVID, and it was really kind of all we used to do. So we know people love these things. Here are just a couple examples of some stuff we have done this year, and there's some similar kind of trips on the site right now as well. So this is one in Dubai. I know this is a big bucket list trip for a lot of people. This one is 7 days, 6 nights, 650 a person. Over 400 people went on this trip in March, and there's a similar trip on the site right now to go in December. If you want to go to Dubai and go have some fun, this one includes a sunset cruise, desert safari, tours, meals, English guide. All of that is included. And then we have a points program. A point is $1, is a point. In short, it's saying if we have 200 points, then the price is $650 a person. I'll show you how we get points here in a sec, but pretty much everybody has points. Vietnam, 8 days, 7 nights, $699 a person. This one happened in July. A bunch of our friends went out and did this one and had a blast. And I enjoyed seeing all the pics and videos, but was a little jealous at the same time. Riviera Maya, 5 days, 4 nights, 675 a person, all inclusive. You get a chance to, hang out with some of the leaders in the company and just kind of get a chance to, rub shoulders, have fun, network. Philippines, 8 days, 7 nights, 750 a person. This one is coming up. I'm sure that one is going to be an absolute blast. Bali, 6 days, 5 nights. This one is in March of 2026, 550 a person. If you're looking to go knock Bali off the bucket list and meet a lot of amazing people. And then we work with an organization called Hug It Forward. So we've been partnered with them through the travel space for quite a while now, and we've helped all together end up building about 150 schools. There is a trip next year if you have an interest in doing something like this. My wife helped build the 100 school, and it was one of her favorite experiences. It is pretty eye opening if you want to really kind of yeah, give back and just get your hands dirty and help some people out. It's pretty awesome. And then we have a trip coming up with only a handful, or I don't, there's not a lot of rooms left for this one. This is going to be pretty epic. This trip is to Cabo, December 4th through the 8th. This one has so many different things included, parties, excursions. I mean, this one's going to lay the red carpet out for you. If you go on any of these trips, you will be spoiled. If you've been on any of these trips, you know what we mean. Once you do one of these escapes, it is very difficult to travel another way. And this one, there's going to be over 1,000 people there. 7.99 a person, 5 days, 4 nights, all those things included, and they're possibly working on more things as well. This is ways to save money on things that we can do while we're at home. We can also use it on vacation, but a lot of things that are non-travel related. Simple things. I've had a lot of my friends use this to go to the movies, take their families, end up saving, 20 to 30% on tickets and popcorn and all that kind of stuff. Just out of curiosity, I really don't know, and I'm just kind of throwing this out there. If you've been on any of those escapes, feel free to throw whatever you want in the chat. It was awesome. We went here, we did this, we did that, whatever. And then if you've done any of the shopping things, feel free to throw something in the chat of, hey, I bought this, or hey, I saved money on that. I just think it's kind of neat. Janice is going to go really in depth and show you a lot of stuff, but there's a pretty big group on here. So I'm sure there are some people that have been on escapes and been spoiled and know what I mean, and also done some shopping. I get my Sam's Club membership through here. Last time I did it, it was $30 off. I think I just looked for somebody recently and it was $35 off this time. Concerts, comedy shows. I just had one of my friends go to Vegas and he went to Chris Brown with his wife. And when we looked it up, it ended up being $200 off a ticket. So that was about half off. All the major amusement parks, shopping. I've had 3 friends buy computers this year. We get employee prices on HP computers. They've saved between $200 to $400. It's a lot, candidly. People teach me more and more all the time on all the different ways that people are saving money on this part. One of my really good friends, just a couple of weeks ago, she saved $1,200 on her car insurance. I mean, so it can really be significant. These are things that it's like, hey, we're going to do this with or without, us anyways, like things you're already going to buy that we can help. It's like, just go here before, going to Amazon, kind of a thing. We just get in that habit. It can really add up. So once again, this is kind of a little recap of just some kind of popular ways to, save money and get deals and value, with the membership and being a part of the community. I mean, so it is, something that can add up and save hundreds and hundreds, for some people, thousands upon thousands. I've seen a couple names pop on here that I know for sure have saved in the last year and a half, literally thousands. I think one of our friends, Cheryl, that I saw pop on, I don't want to misspeak, but I feel like she's saved over $10,000 with buying a car and concerts and a bunch of different things. I mean, so it can add up and be, pretty life changing for, for some people if they really get in the habit of using it. And then this is a service that became really popular during COVID. It's called Telemed or Teledoc. A lot of people are familiar with. It's called Be Well for Us. Basically, it's an opportunity to have access to A doctor whenever you need. You can use it for emergencies, your family. You can use it as much as you need, and there's no copay. We just pay a $5 activation for life, and then literally we could talk to a doctor every day if we wanted to. So this is a little kind of a little recap. When I was checking this service out initially, I had went with to a timeshare meeting with my same friend who showed me this about 15 years ago, and I didn't know what they were. He was like, "Hey, we get free breakfast. It's only 45 minutes," and it was a lot longer than that. And it started off at like $38,000. It magically went down to like 13 grand. Then there was a contract. There was about $1,000 a year in maintenance fees, and the whole like Kevin Hart joke is how my checking and savings is set up is, I could not afford one. I couldn't afford that product, but I hated the contract part of it. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, this looks really cool, but if it's 10 grand and there's a contract, I'll be passing, kind of a thing. So I really liked how this was set up. So we have a one-time activation. Oops. And then see if I can go back. Okay. We have a one-time activation. See, it might end up going back more. I had a couple of times. 451 time for life, 99 bucks a month, no contract, no cancellation fee, no termination fee, no whatever. Just a one-time, a monthly, and that's it. This is where the points come from. So when the 450 turns into 600 points immediately to put towards those trips like Dubai and Cancun and Bali and all that kind of stuff. And then the 99 turns into 100 points a month every month to put towards those same specific sorts of trips. And then the last thing is we get a loyalty trip. So because there's no contract, so we can come and go as we please. I mean, by far, I'm very analytical. I try to take advantage of every like different loyalty program there is, and I mean, there's nothing even close that in terms of like spending on a credit card or buying something from a certain website that for what we put in to be a part of this group, the gift or what we get back just for being a member for 12 months is the best thing that I'm a part of by far. So we get access to a couple different ways to kind of use a getaway. It is there's an activation with it of 99 bucks. There's a 7-night vacation all over the world, all over the United States. I can't speak for I know there's people on here all over the world literally, so I don't quote me, but for the United States, there's lots of driving options. There's, once again, I can't speak for Europe and Africa and all these other places, but for us, there's lots of places we can use these and drive. There's places all over the world that you can use it. And then you can also turn it into more points to put towards those escape trips. So that is the vacation side of it. And like I said, not really being a traveler growing up, I got pretty excited about that aspect of it. I just um I don't know. We wanted to get access to nice stuff. We didn't want to just travel on the budget that we could afford at that time, and that's why we were looking into like other products and timeshares and stuff. And just for the price of this alone, blew me away at how much more affordable this was than anything else I had ever looked into in the travel space. And, not having restrictions and being able to use it as much as we want. And it has been a blast. We have met so many amazing people. A large percentage of the people that were in our wedding, we met on a trip. I mean, it has became, like a family to us, and it's just so much fun to go on these vacations, and it's kind of feels like family reunions, all these different cities and states and countries. Just by being a part of this community, it has just opened so many doors, and we've learned so many different things. And so that's the trip side. There's an entrepreneurial side. It's not mandatory. People don't have to do it. You can just get a membership, party like it's 1999, go see the world and have some fun with us. If you're open minded to add another stream of income, I will share that part of it. And I got really excited about this. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I feel like from a pretty young age. I don't really know why. Once again, where people have faced, so not trying to push anything, but I feel like God put like a discernment on me of like wanting to like be a person that like changes our family tree and situation and stuff. And I definitely didn't think it would have anything to do with like a travel subscription, but I was open-minded, and the more and more successful people I meet, the more and more they are just open-minded to new ideas, meeting new people, and you just never know. And some of the things that they told me that got me excited was, one, they said they would help me because I've never done anything like this. I'm ADD, I'm dyslexic. My last job was Papa John's, so more than likely everybody on here is more qualified than me, or just as like, this is not rocket science. They said they'd help me, and they did. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because of how much people have poured into us to teach us and point us, and read this book and check this out, and just coaching along the way that I just never experienced in any aspect of my life, from sports to finances or whatever. It's unique. I don't know of anything similar at this point. I only hear about really timeshares or travel agents. And then the timing, we always hear, hey, if we could be at the right place at the right time, they said it's better than anything. They said it's better than being smart, and I said, yes, I got a shot, kind of a thing. And with everything that's happening in the world the last handful of years, in general, COVID, most people didn't travel for a couple years, so they want to make up for lost time. Once again, I know people are on here internationally, so I don't know how it all works everywhere, but here in the States, we've experienced quite a bit of inflation. So people want to figure out ways to make more money, or save money on stuff they already want to do anyways. AI stuff, I hear different statistics, but in short, I hear, in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to impact a lot of people's jobs. And there's just a lot of uncertainty for different industries and businesses. And I mean, I think I heard something, once again, don't quote me, of like, in the next 5 to 10 years, all the Ubering and different stuff is going to become pretty obsolete for people. And I know that's a lot of people's side things, and for some people it's their full-time biz or work or career. So there's just a lot of different uncertainties, which makes people more open-minded. And some other things that we heard from our mentors was, hey, the average millionaire's got about 7 different incomes. So this isn't about, hey, you have to quit your business or quit your career or job. This is just something we add on the side, spare time, part time. And some other things they mentioned was that idea of leveraged income, and that's really how most people create wealth. Everybody's got 24 hours in a day. There's only so much time, so how do we get ahead? And it's usually as a team. It takes a village. Teamwork makes a dream work. Well, that's what we have access to here, is a group and community. These Zooms happen every Saturday. There's a ton of Zooms happen every day. There's Zooms that are set every single day that people can take advantage of to invite to. Whoever you're working with can, every, groups do it differently. Some people are getting together. Some people are doing everything on Zoom. The point is, you'll have help. You'll have a help and a support and a team. You just kind of basically invite, and we'll teach you that part of it as well, and have some fun and take some trips. So the business side for what we do, it's 49 bucks for the entire year to start the business. That's not monthly. That's once for the whole year. 99 bucks the second year moving forward. No contracts. I think of it like a franchise fee. They handle everything else: websites, customer service, yada yada yada. All we have to do is invite people to check it out, have fun, take trips, and go from there. There's the multiple income streams, type of a thing. Um, we get paid a few different ways. Just going to share a couple, keep it simple. Every time somebody becomes a member, we make 100 bucks. We can do that as much as we want. First goal is to refer six, because by doing that, we make 600 bucks, but it waives our monthly. So now we don't pay the 99 bucks a month anymore, and we still get access to everything that I shared with you. I thought that was awesome. In my head, 99 bucks a month, it's about $3 a day. I used to get a cup of coffee about every day from a gas station. I'm like, I think this is worth my coffee. If I have to sacrifice my coffee, I'm in. But if I don't have to pay, free sounds better to me. So I got really excited about that. and I referred 6 people in my first 2 days. I was check to check, so I really needed to get this going in motion. So I just plugged into the system and started inviting some folks. And then the idea is, on the business side of it, things, can stay pretty simple because out of these 6, some of them too say, "Hey, I want to waive my fees." So when we help, for this example, we help 2 people waive their fees. They make $600. They waive their fees, but that helps us, end up making $400 weekly just by helping a couple other people do the same thing that we just did. So altogether, at that point, we've made $1,000. We've got a free membership, and then we get paid on the back end what's called residual income. And I didn't know what that was when I first was checking out everything. They said, "Hey, think of it like royalties." We just joke around and say Michael Jackson money. He's gone, blankets paid. It's the same concept. We can will this to future generations. And I thought that was pretty mind blowing to me, thinking like, man, for how little this cost, that it could have that sort of long term potential for myself, my family, and maybe future generations. So that got us really excited, and really is the financially the biggest reason why we're here is because of that ability to, do something one time and get paid over and over and over and help other people do the same thing. We build what's called a binary. It just means two, left, right, A, B, whole goal, whole bunch of customers. Once we get to 5 on each side, the residuals kick in. We start making $50 a month. Nothing earth shattering. $50 is $50. But the fun part, we don't have to know all 10 of these people, be on all the Zooms. We're just looking for people to help us push down the dominoes and get it in motion. And once again, if I've seen a good chunk of people, if you have the ability to earn residual income right now, can you just throw whatever money signs in the group chat or whatever you want to do, whatever emojis get you excited? But we've got lots of people that are earning residual income within this organization on a regular basis. Once we get to 50 customers on each side, another bonus kicks in where now we start to earn $50 every time one of the people that out of these 100 people, anytime they refer, they make 100, we make 50. That adds up and ends up being pretty significant. The residuals go up to 85 grand a month. At that point, I think we could all budget. But for me personally, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. But when I first really kind of got introduced to this industry, a while back, I didn't need millions of dollars. Like I just wanted freedom. Like I'm a pretty simple guy. I was working 100 hours a week. My quality of life was pretty poor, and I was check to check. I just wanted to be able to like pay all my stuff, pay off debt, do a couple trips, see my family, go to the gym, go to church. Like, I mean, I just things were pretty rough. So this really gave me a kind of like light at the end of the tunnel. And within about 14 months, I was able to have enough residuals to just start doing this. And that was, quite a while ago. And like I said, it has just been a massive blessing for us. And we're so thankful for a lot of people that are on the Zoom that have helped us along the way. And we've just found a lot of awesome people to partner up with and help them go do the same thing. We have a ton of ways to learn. Like I said, Zooms happen every week. This is a platform that's called Viago Inner Circle. It's free the first month. Highly, highly, highly recommend getting into it. If you're a member of Inner Circle and you want to chime in and just mention something that you've enjoyed and got benefit out, once again, feel free. It is a very extensive platform. I believe that the stuff in here can help be a better person, a better spouse, significant other, a better parent, better in our job, better in other things that we do. Obviously it's geared to help us building our Viago business, but I do believe the principles that we learn from these wealthy people help us in lots of different areas of our life. We have a ton of ways to learn. We get together a couple times a year in person. If you can sneak out to Cabo and grab one of those last rooms, that will be a pretty unreal experience. Our next time that we are getting together here in the United States is in January of 2026. We're going to be in Phoenix. For our Midwest folks, we are pretty excited to get to somewhere where there's not going to be ice or snow or 20 degrees or whatever, and go have some fun in Phoenix, where it's about one of the best times to be out there. There's parties, there's different things going on. It is just an absolute blast. And you get a chance to rub shoulders, see the bigger picture. There'll be over 1,000 people there. And you get to learn from everybody who talks has made at least 6 or 7 or 8 figures doing this kind of stuff. I loved it. I thought of it like sports camps. Like, hey, if I could have hung out with LeBron or Jordan for the weekend, I'm sure I would have got some, a little bit better, at least at basketball. Same idea. We get a chance to be around the best of the best and learn and grow, have a lot of fun. Uh, I think that one has happened. If you are in Africa and you can get to Zimbabwe, there is an event November 8th, November 9th. That is happening with two of the top income earners in our company. Jesse McPherson is flying out from the Philippines. He has literally made millions of dollars doing this stuff. And Efrosini, I haven't gotten a chance to spend a lot of time with her. She lives in Europe, but she has been a top earner, top female income earner in the industry and has crushed it for a long, long time. Has built huge organizations all over the world. So that is happening in November. We have a wallet that just kind of helps out with, I mean, it's got so many cool features and bells and whistles. As we've just launched the company, this is something that just keeps kind of growing and getting better and better. And this is the last thing on the business side. And candidly, it can end up being the most important part, especially kind of varying on who you're attached to. So we're sharing it with you. If you're excited, you like it, you're not an alien. You're like us. Yeah, and you see what we see. You want to be a part of the community. You take the next best spot. It's yours. You own it. If you wait, think about it, contemplate, nobody's going to yell at you. But just understand these Zooms happen every day. Your friend knows hundreds, thousands of people. Your network will see this from somebody one way or another. There's a group of leadership on here that we help scale a company from the ground up to over $1 billion, millions of members. We have no doubt we're going to go do it again. And this is my first time ever getting a chance to launch a company. So myself and a lot of us, we're doing everything in our power to take advantage of that and help as many people as possible be first, in their cities, communities, networks. So if you wait, no worries, but your friend's going to go show some other folks. Andy says $500 to get everything rocking and rolling. You can't start a lemonade stand for $500, and you definitely cannot buy any travel products for $500. So they hop in. You come back, you get started. Welcome to the team. That's awesome. We'll help you the exact same way. Doesn't change anything for us. But in this example, Andy gets excited, starts rocking and rolling. Maybe Andy refers 1 people, 10 people. Maybe he refers somebody, refers somebody who puts in tens or hundreds of people. Once again, since this is a pretty big meeting, if you've ended up having that happen in your organization, can you throw an emoji? I don't know what emoji, but like if you've seen one person lead to 10 or 30 or 50 or 100, throw that in the group chat, because any of us that have been around for a while, we've seen it. Like we know the power of just one person that gets fired up and just blows it out of the water. So anyhow, point is you just never know who that person's going to be, or it might not be them, but they refer somebody 6 months from now who crushes it, but you waited and now you miss out on those people. Where if you would have got started first, anything that happens after you can end up benefiting from. So it's just a visual, and just being blunt or candid or whatever. It's like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you want to do it, thinking about doing it, you're probably going to do it next week, or you're going to wait till 2026. There's no advantage of waiting, because you just never know who you're going to miss out on. And it just kind of procrastinates on helping you get to wherever you want to get to. So 2026 can be different than 2025 or 2024. Delaying it only is going to end up hindering you. So recap, $500 gets everything rocking and rolling one time, $99 a month, no contract. We get a bunch of points. 12 months later, we get one of those getaways. And for me, like I said, I was check to check. I wasn't in a great situation. My friend was kind of in the same boat for different reasons. And we met a guy who was doing really well. And, he just said, hey, man, obviously what you're doing isn't working. Like you're already working super hard. For things to change, you got to change. And you got to try something different, and I just thought, I've wasted this kind of money on shoes, clothes, video games, girls I don't date anymore. Like it wasn't this massive investment. Like once again, if it was like 10 grand, I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know how, like, yeah, I didn't have credit. Like, there's just no means, but I knew, like, man, I spent $500 on so many silly things that had zero chance at making me money or helping me take trips. And now something else he said is just, hey, as much as possible, spend money on things that actually have a chance of making you money versus just spending it. 2025, starting to come to an end. And I guarantee if we all thought about it, we've spent $500 this year, or maybe in the last 30 to 90 days on things and stuff that's not going to do anything for advancing us, financially or having more fun. So it was challenging at the time, but I really just kind of plugged into the system. Like I said, in the first 2 days, I made my money back and, waived my fees and all that kind of stuff. And I just was very teachable and very eager to learn and put the action in that they shared with me. So this has been easily the biggest financial blessing in our life. We are super grateful to be a part of this community and want to help as many people as possible. And that's everything for us, guys. If you're, an A, you're ready to rock and roll, your friend can help you get everything set up. It literally takes less than 5 minutes. It's very simple. B, you want to get some questions answered. We're going to take the next, 55 minutes and go over, that kind of stuff. Janice is going to go really in depth on the membership, where this thing is, how does that work, all those sorts of things. And then C, you're just ready to be a customer. You want to get a membership. You don't want to tell anybody. You just want to go have fun and have a blast and not share it. We appreciate everybody who just wants to travel with us. Genuinely, that's how lots of us have been able to financially do lots of cool things, is because there's so many people who just want to travel and have fun. And same thing, your friend can help you set up everything and get rocking and rolling. So we appreciate all of your guys' time. And like I said, we'll hop into right now the travel part of like going in depth on the membership. But we look forward to seeing you guys on the beaches of the world, seeing you in Phoenix, and I'd like to be the first one to welcome any of you guys to the team. So welcome to the team.
Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.